Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Noma and welcome to our first time single take honest reaction to Ophelia, a song by Natalie Merchant.
Natalie Merchant. She has a good voice. At least the last couple of times I've heard her.
Yeah.
She has a pretty good voice, very versatile and beautiful. Let's listen to Ophelia.
Ophelia was a bride of God, a novice Carmelite. In sister's house, the cloister bells tolled on the wedding night. Ophelia was the rebel girl, a blue-stocking suffragette who remedied society between her cigarettes. And Ophelia was the sweetheart to a nation overnight. Curvaceous thighs, vivacious eyes. Love was at first sight. Love was at first sight. So statuesque, a silhouette in black satin evening gowns. Ophelia was the mistress to a Vegas gambling man. Signor Ophelia, Ballerina, Mafia, courtesan. Ophelia was the circus queen, your best defense lay wasted and in vain. For Ophelia, know your every woe and every pain you never had. She'd sympathize, dry your eyes, help you to forget and help you to forget. And help you to forget. Ophelia's mind went wandering, you'd wonder where she'd gone. Through secret doors, down corridors, she'd wander them alone, all alone.
this goes from Babylon to
Oh.
living with the mafia in Vegas till the circus being shot through the cannons and 5 flames of fire, loops of fire.
Yeah.
This was all over the place. She certainly went wandering, as one of the lines suggested. What are your thoughts
She
on
could
that?
have been traveling in time. That's what my best guess would be. Ophelia, a woman who was there in the ancient times with the kings and the time of the kingdoms, the olden times of Babylon, and is there when Las Vegas and all these times have come to circus and things like that, from the oldenmost times to the modernmost times. All over Ophelia's character is there, and then she went fading into several languages that were played in our ears to experience that, and then it faded with the sound of faint flute music. I like that flute though. It was more like a marketplace flute, not a very refined musical flute, but the marketplace, how people practice it or sell it at that, like that kind of a tune. Interesting story. I like listening to, or stories which connect us from our past, ancient times, maybe prehistoric times and things like that. I like those stories, and this was just a little teeny weeny reflection of something like that.
And she once again does amazing things with her voice.
Yeah.
Her voice is such a wonderful instrument that she is in total control of, and at the same time it's so flexible. She just sounds amazing in this
Also,
one.
the music was very, very intense. The music was very intense. Initially, I thought there was some church organ playing in the background. There were several things that were playing and very beautifully blending in.
And it gave it a nice African, Moroccan, Egyptian kind of vibe with those native drums
Yeah.
and the marketplace
North
sounds
African,
and things
yeah.
like that. A village or marketplace sounds.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's like going through some part of the outskirts of Morocco, not Marrakech, but outskirts of Morocco, that kind of place. And beautiful, beautiful. Though it's all over the place lyrically, and possibly Kirti is right. I would agree with
traveling
it
in
that
time.
possibly she is going through one of those time machines like Bill and Ted's adventure series. Bill and Ted's what? Adventure? Something
I
adventure.
haven't
right?
seen them.
Okay, so Bill and Ted's adventure kind of thing happening here. That's it for this one. Goodbye.
Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Noma and welcome to our reaction to Michael Nesmith and the First National Band, and the song is Joanne. This is our first time listening to this song, never heard this song before. It will be an honest and single take reaction, as most of our reactions are.
I would say all are.
All are.
Unless we have heard the song
First
before.
time, yeah.
It's not a first time reaction, but it's always honest, pure, raw, unscripted, impromptu
single
and
take.
spontaneous. And always single take, which means we don't edit the video. We listen to the song without pausing it. And we also do not pause our recordings so that we can read the script or go on Songfacts or Wikipedia or some other place, or go to the video comments of the video, source video, and see, oh, what's written over there. Let's get some ideas to speak about and pretend that I just came up with it right now. What a genius I am.
Smart.
Michael Nesmith and the First National Band. I don't think I've ever heard this artist band in my life before. Artist and band in my life
Doesn't
before.
sound familiar.
Very interesting song title, Joanne. I'm assuming it's the name of his girlfriend, lover, partner, sister, or something similar.
Let's find
Someone
out.
similar. Let's get started.
Her name was Joanne, and she lived in a meadow by a pond. And she touched me for a moment with a look that spoke to me of her sweet love. Then the woman that she was drove her on with desperation, and I saw as she went a most hopeless situation for Joanne and not see that the hold that she had was much stronger than the love she felt for me. But staying with her and my little bit of wisdom broke down her desires like a light through a prism into yellows and blues and a tune that I could not have sung. Though the essence is gone, I have no tears to cry for her, and my only thoughts of her are kind. Her name was Joanne, and she lived in a meadow by a pond. And she touched me for a moment with a look that spoke to me of her sweet love. Then the woman that she was drove her on with desperation, and I saw as she went a most hopeless situation for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both run. For Joanne and the man and the time that made them both run.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Those wonderful stretches by him. They would literally take you along. It is like first time when I reacted to Buddy Holly and the way he would take things out of your heart. I like this style. Sounded like something from the 50s or the early 60s. Very soothing, very relaxing, beautiful voice. You can listen to it all afternoon long. This kind of music I like in the afternoon because you can also enjoy the nature around. You can listen to the birds, you can see the scenery around, and then enjoy the music. And it's mostly setting during afternoons, at least in the area where we live and most parts of our country at least.
Yeah, beautifully sung. The end words of a couple of lines were the way it was kind of yodeled rather than emphasized or stressed upon.
Yeah.
Yodeling, a bit of yodeling done with it. And beautiful, beautiful story. Love at first sight, it seemed like, but then a very tragic ending.
Yeah.
Seemed like a tragic ending where she's no longer with him, she's left and gone. That's what I understood. I don't know if that's exactly what it means. Seems like that she ran off with someone else. She was forced, or she had to leave with someone else. So in that moment there was love at first sight, but definitely doesn't seem like it was a happy ending for either of them. Or at least not for him.
It seems like that, yeah. I don't know whether the man is supposed to be him or it is another man and then they both ran. So that's what my confusion is. While listening to it, it reminded me of the movie that is called Pride and Prejudice. It's been a very long time, and when I first watched it, after that I have not seen it again. Actually, I was watching it with almost no volume because it was late at night and it was coming and I couldn't get sleep. So I sat and watched, and Keira Knightley and her, blind glares in the air was what made me watch the movie, because when I started there was a scene where she was just sitting and looking into the blindness. Nothing at all, it was just staring somewhere, lost. And because it was late night and I couldn't get sleep, I thought probably looking at that I could get some sleep. Somewhat this story and what happens in the movie with her somewhat is related. I don't know how I can relate it because I still don't know what the real story of that movie is because I was watching it with mute.
But to get the last few lines, what happened exactly? Let me figure out.
Okay.
Her name was Joanne and she lived in a meadow by a pond, and she touched me for a moment with a look that spoke to me of her sweet love. Then the woman that she was drove her on with desperation, and as I saw as she went a most hopeless situation for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both wrong, for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both wrong.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how does it make them wrong? Can't figure out what it is. It could be as simple as I don't know.
It's definitely not a happy ending. It sounds quite tragic, whatever's happened. It doesn't seem like what I thought it was about was happened, that she went with another man, leaving town. But it seems like that, is it? It's not the end.
No,
Could
that
you
was
take it back?
that
was the
the
earlier
end.
verse.
That was the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both wrong. For Joanne and the man and the time that made them both wrong. So it was like a hopeless situation. The timing was just all wrong. There was nothing right about the timing of them meeting each other, glancing at each other's, looking into each other's direction. Just could not happen because of whatever situation was happening with Joanne, the desperate state that she was in, or her situation was desperate. So because of all that, I just think it didn't work out between them. So a tragic ending, whatever it means, I'm not sure. And I'm pretty sure that there will be people in the comments who will enlighten us with their interpretation of what this means. Save it. Save it. It's a first time single take honest reaction. Neither we nor new viewers who love honest reactions like to hear a second hand interpretation of something. This is our first hand single take honest reaction. First time listening to it, first time speaking about it, sharing our opinion about it. When you come there in the comments and ruin our honest review by putting in what you think it's all about, even if it's right or wrong, even if what we said is right or wrong, or even what you said is right or wrong, it does not matter. It completely ruins the experience. For say me, if I'm just coming to this reaction and never heard this artist or song before, and I want to see actually what people think when they give a first time review, because we are possibly the only reactors on YouTube who give first time reviews, honestly, spontaneously, unscripted. So I want to get that. I don't want to read comments which tells me what it is. It totally ruins it. And people just don't understand that. The people who come and write those comments, copy pasted comments most of the time, they just don't understand how they are destroying the first hand virgin experience of someone who's never heard this guy before, this music before, this song before. They're totally destroying it for them by telling them first only. It's like a spoiler. You're telling them first only in the comments what this is about or what you think is about. Let the person decide on their own. They came here for our review. Let them hear what we have to say about it. You want to speak out so much, you want to hog the limelight so much. YouTube is open to new videos. They're dying for reactors like us.
Yes.
So please make honest reviews of what you think this song is about on your own. Put your face in front of a camera rather than hiding behind ghost and fake IDs. Put your face in front of the camera, record your reaction just like we do, and tell people what you think of it. So that when people come to your video, and depending if you do first time reactions like we do, you probably won't, because it's really difficult to do what we do, and no one does it like the way we do it for so long and with our discipline. So please don't ruin it by telling us what you think it is, because you're not just ruining it for us, but you're ruining it for hundreds of people who probably watch this song, listen to what we have to say, listen to the song for the first time, just like us. So ours is that unique channel where we do get people who come here for the first time, who never heard the song before. You're completely ruining the experience. It has been done for a long time now. More than a year, people are just ruthlessly, and blatantly disrespectful of others on YouTube. They need to realize that there's a whole big world out there. People are not stuck in a very tight little bubble like you are probably. So give your honest opinion in your own video, not in our comments, because we'll take it off. We're very, very particular about such things because we pride ourselves on the fact that we always give honest, spontaneous, impromptu reactions. Even if I've heard a song, it's always honest, impromptu and spontaneous. Whatever I do, whether it's dancing, singing, whatever, it's all spontaneous. It's not that I have a ready-made script, okay, now let's do this, let's do that, let's react this way. It's all in the moment. And you completely ruin it by coming and posting a comment and saying, oh, this is what it is about. Please, please have some common sense, have some decency, and have some shame. You know, don't ruin it for us and for other people who love listening to music from all over the world without discrimination and especially for the first time. Don't ruin that experience for us. Let us make up our own minds. Don't complete sentences for us or for anyone else.
Or for anyone else, that is right.
That's all I have to say really.